A big welcome, everybody, tonight to WJLX's presentation of Bevill State Basketball presented by Pinnacle Bank. We are in Hanceville tonight at Tom Drake Coliseum, where the Bevill State Bears will take on the Wallace State of Hanceville Lions here in ACCC North Division Conference action. I'm Brian Hale. Joined next to me, Sebastian Black. Bass is going to have camera duty tonight, and we'll add in a little color commentary. And, of course, our producer and engineer back in the WJLX studios, Woody Wilson, will be helping us out, the professor on duty. Bass, here we are again, the second matchup this year in between the Bears and the Lions. The Bears dropped the initial matchup back on January the 10th, 85-66. And I tell you what, Bass, the Lions have been on a tear. Take a listen to this. They are 10-3 overall, 11-3 in the conference. Their last loss was back on December the 2nd. That's when they lost to Lawson State. Since then, they have just been on a complete tear. Their latest win came against Lurleen B. Wallace, 70-63. They're going to present a tough task tonight for Bevill State.
Yeah, that is correct. And we were talking about earlier, this team is not a team to mess around with. They are leading a good bit of the statistics there on the ACCC website. But this team is definitely on a roll here with that win since that loss on December the 2nd. So this is definitely a Wallace State team you do not want to mess around with.
Last game out for Bevill State, they had an 86-82 win over Enterprise State back on Friday night. Gervais Peters led the Bears with 28 points, most impressively, and they needed every bit of this. He was 8 of 9 from the free throw line, very key in that. Carterius Evans had a double-double of 21 points and 19 rebounds. Bass, they're going to need that play tonight.
They definitely are. They're going to need a lot of rebounding tonight, and hopefully we'll see a lot of that come from Carterius Evans, and hopefully we'll see a lot more guys step up for the Bears there on rebounding. But Carterius has really been the main go-to over the last couple of games, so we'll see what happens there on the rebounding side for that Bears team.
Carterius is the leader of the Bears in points at 16.2 points per game. That makes him 10th overall in the state. He is 9th in rebounding at 7.2 boards a game, and he's also 9th in blocks at 1.1 blocks per game. On the other side, the leading scorer for the Lions is Lemons. He is averaging 17.7 points per game. That makes him 7th in the state. He is 4th in three-point shooting at 44.3%. That is Jalen Lemons, apparently one of those guards that Bevill's going to have to really keep hold of. They faced a three-point shooting threat last Friday, Bass, and I tell you what, Enterprise gave the Bears all they could handle when shooting those three-pointers.
Yeah, Enterprise Bevill really pushed them to drive in the paint there in the second half, but just Enterprise from the three-point line was killer. That I've not seen a team like that be that explosive from the three-point line over this basketball season for the Bears. But Bevill really pushed them to drive in, and it really queued it up there for the Bears.
Yeah, as you just mentioned, the second half, they played really great perimeter defense, did the Bears, and ended up making Enterprise State have to drive in, get close to the basket, and instead of shooting those three-pointers, have to go into short field goal range. And unfortunately for the Bears, and unfortunately for the Boyle Weevils, and fortunately for the Bears, we found out Enterprise State is not good at shooting field goals as they are three-pointers. And, of course, Bevill State was able to rally and come back. But I'll tell you what, the Bears rebounding was the key also in that. They pulled down 50 boards as a team.
Yeah, that is correct. And I want to say that was, 50 boards compared to Enterprise's, 20, or was it 20 or 30?
I think it was 23. 23, so
yeah,
plus 27 differential.
Yeah, that for sure is what helped the Bears there to get that win over Enterprise State. But like we talked about on the way down here and after the game on Friday night, they would kind of just shoot and forget in a way. Enterprise State would. They'd shoot the ball from three-point line. They miss a shot. Well, they ain't got nobody down there to get rebounds. So that was the really key. That was the big key to Bevill really winning that ball game, was they're just shooting threes, and Enterprise State doesn't have anybody down there to rebound. So
absolutely. Well, we are going to take a 2-minute break and look at some of the team numbers for the Lions coming into this contest. But we will be back after a 2-minute break with Bevill State Basketball presented by Pinnacle Bank. And a big welcome back, everybody, to Bevill State Basketball, presented by Pinnacle Bank. We're going to take a closer look at the numbers for Wallace State. Bass, this is incredible. Wallace State coming into the game, they are third in points per game overall in the state. They are first in field goal percentage, first in three-point shooting. They are first in free throws, and they are third in rebounding. When you look at those numbers, it's kind of hard to find exactly what do they do wrong.
It's very hard. It's like they make very, very, very small mistakes. I mean, that just looking at the statistics there, I mean, that's some good statistics to be holding up going into this game. Are they nationally ranked or anything?
I do not believe they are nationally ranked. I think our only team that is nationally ranked is Shelton State.
That's what I was thinking. I didn't know if they were nationally ranked or not, but for a nationally ranked or a non-nationally ranked team, that's some pretty good stats to be going into this ballgame with. That is scary.
Yeah. You would almost seem to think, and I didn't look that closely at the Lawson State loss that they had, but you'd almost have to think, and we've seen Lawson, they're not a bad team, but you would think with the kind of numbers that Wallace State has, you'd almost think that it may have just been a loss of focus that night, just a bad night, because just looking at things overall, you'd have to think that Wallace should have got a win at least by 7 or 8 points over Lawson.
Yeah, you're right, and it makes me wonder what really happened in that ball game, because they, like you said, they should have really won that ball game by 7, 8 points possibly. So it just really makes you think on what happened there.
Gotta believe so. The tentative starting lineup for the Bevill State Bears will be C.J. Beckham, Gervais Peters, C.J. Grant, Cam Scott, and Carterius Evans starting it all out. We're going to have a 2-minute break as they'll play the national anthem, a 2-minute break, and we will be back for a tip-off. Welcome back, everybody, to WJLX's broadcast of Bevill State Basketball, presented to you by Pinnacle Bank. We have a few pregame festivities going on here as Wallace State is honoring some of their own here. But Bass, we had 3 games last week. This week we only have 2, and of course this one here tonight against Wallace and Hanceville, but back-to-back road games. This Thursday night we'll be heading up to Boaz as Sneed State, always a great team, is going to be hosting the Bevill State Bears.
Yeah, that is correct. Once again, you said that we are here tonight at Wallace State. It is a road game, but it's not that far away from back in Jasper. But yeah, we got another road game Thursday night on the road to Sneed State up in Boaz. Good little drive up there, about an hour and a half, 2 hours. But, curious to see what Bevill State can really do against the Sneed State team who, like you said, is usually always pretty decent when this time rolls around. So
that's correct. Also next week we'll have a couple of games on the slate. The game next Friday against Bishop State, we will not be on the road for that one. We actually have a couple of things that are going on. I'll be up at the state wrestling tournament covering that, and I'm sure the guys will have a couple of other things that they're going to be taking care of back at the studio, so we will not be broadcasting the Bishop State game, but we'll be back in action with all the rest of the games there on the schedule.
That is correct, and this basketball season is winding down, Brian.
That's correct, Bass. Up at center court here, getting ready for the tip-off, is Cam Scott. Across from him is a 6'9" forward, Nathan Moore. Right at tip-off, and it's controlled by Wallace State. And this is Lemons, top scorer, and the Lions working the ball around the horn. Lemons with the ball, and he's passed it over to Lowe. Now underneath to Moore. Moore kicks it out, three-pointer, and it's good, connects. That's Tadarius Williams. a 6'7" guard for Tuscaloosa for the Lions that connect, and it's a 3-0 lead. Cam Scott with the ball, other side. Now kicks out Grant, two-pointer from Grant, and that's up and good by C.J. Grant. Bears get on the board. It's now a 3-2 lead for the Lions as they come up court. Lowe with the ball, now passes it over to Williams. Now back to Lemons. Lemons a three-pointer. Two back-to-back three-pointers by Wallace State, and the Lions are up 6-2. Carterius Evans with the ball, now passes it over to Peters. Now to Beckham. Beckham over to Cam Scott. Now underneath to Evans. Evans on the drive, puts it up. It is no good. Rebounded by Wallace State. Lions on the move. And with the ball is Garner. He kicks up. Shot does not get. Now back out to Lemons, a three-pointer. No good. Evans comes down with the rebound for the Bears. Here's C.J. Beckham. He's going to put up the shot. No good. Put-back opportunity by Grant. Does it twice and gets it in. Cuts it to a 2-point lead. 6-4, the Lions on top. Now Lemons, he passes it over to Williams. And now to Moore. Lemons. And now Lowe. Kicks it back out to Lemons. Williams, three-pointer. No good. A rebound by C.J. Beckham as he's moving it up court. This is Peters on the drive. Good shot by Gervais. Ties the game at 6. 17:44. We're just a little underway here as Lemons with the ball for the Lions. He's going to kick it over to Garner. And now back to Lemons. Lemons on the drive, and shot is blocked by Evans as it was battled around. Nobody came out with the rebound. Referees are saying last touch by Wallace State, so Evans will inbound to C.J. Beckham. C.J. passes it over to Scott, now back to Evans, and now to Peters. Now to Beckham. Underneath, Carterius on the drive, and his shot is blocked. Rebound comes out to the Lions. Game tied 6-6. 17 minutes remaining in the first half. And this is Lowe for Wallace State. Lowe kick out, and this is Williams. Williams on the drive puts up the shot, and shot may have been partially blocked by Cam Scott. Goes out of bounds, and Bevill State ball is Evans inbounds to Beckham. Now over to Gervais, and now back to Carterius, now to Cam Scott, now to Beckham, now to Peters. Now Grant takes the shot, no good. Rebound coming out to the Lions. And on the drive, puts up the shot. It is no good. Let's see here.
And they're going to count it. That was goaltending there.
Goaltending by the Bears gives the Lions an 8-6 lead as Evans inbounds to Beckham. Now underneath to Grant. Now to Carterius. Carterius, he is just getting mugged. Foul came before the shot, so inbounding will be C.J. Beckham for Bevill State. Wallace State up 8-6. Substitutions going in and out for Wallace State. And now inbound to Grant. Grant pulls up a shot. It's no good. A rebound going out to the Lions. Lowe with the ball, and he kicks out, and they are feeding the ball around the horn once again. Big shot, three-pointer by Lowe, and it does connect. Gives the Lions an 11-6 lead. 15:43 remaining in the first half as Beckham has the ball for Bevill State. Now over to Scott, back to Gervais Peters. Peters with the ball. Almost lost it, and they're going to call a foul on Wallace State. Second team foul. No team fouls thus far on Bevill, as Gervais is going to inbound for the Bears. Now over to Beckham. Beckham up, he's lost the ball and recovered by Peters. Now over to Beckham. Back to Peters. Now back to Beckham. Now to Grant. Underneath, feed. Tried to get it to Carterius, but it was stolen away by Wallace State. Now on the drive, and a beautiful block by C.J. Grant. Sends it out of bounds. It's going to be last touch by Grant. So Wallace State will inbound after that gorgeous block by Grant. The Lions will inbound on their side of the court. An inbound feed to Moore. Moore drives, and I think that was another block by Grant. And this time on the second shot, they're going to call a foul. They're going to call this on Grant. So 2 blocks already by C.J. Grant. And going to the line, this is Nathan Moore, the 6'9" forward from Hanceville.
They called the foul on Grant, but I believe it was actually on Evans there.
Well, Moore's first shot does connect. Well, looks like the referees are going to make it stand at C.J. Grant with his first foul. Just the first team foul for the Bears. Moore's connected on his first shot. He's lining up for the second. Second on its way, and they are good. Good free throw shooting team are the Lions. They are number 1 in the state for shooting free throws. Bevill State inbounds. Carterius to C.J. Beckham. Wallace State up here 13-6. And Beckham with the ball. He's passed it over to R.J. Stevens, who's checked in. Cam Scott now with the ball. Feeds it over to Stevens. Now a long pass over to Peters on the outside. He comes inside, puts up the shot. It is no good. Rebound coming out to Guy for the Lions, and they're on the move to their side of the court. A feed underneath, and connecting is Guy.
Timeout Bevill State.
Timeout Bevill State. This is going to be a full timeout. 1 minute break. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. We're to the Drake Coliseum here in Hanceville, where the Wallace State Lions have a 15-6 lead over the Bevill State Bears. Bears with the ball. Gervais Peters feeds it over to Stevens. RJ was thinking about a three-pointer. Now underneath to Carterius. Carterius puts up the shot. It is no good. A big rebound by the Lions. Bass, the Lions are getting the boards, a lot of them.
They sure are. They're showing their statistics here as shot is up and rebounded by Evans.
Now C.J. Beckham with the ball. Bevill on their side of the court underneath the basket, and another steal by Wallace State. And a three-pointer on the way, and that is good by Garner. It is now an 18-6 lead. 13:27 remaining in the first half. Bevill almost coughed up the ball. Now Beckham with the ball on the outside. Carterius on the feed. Now out to Scott. Now back to Beckham. Now back to Scott. Scott on the drive, puts up the shot. It is no good. A putback attempt by Carterius is no good, and the rebound comes out to the Lions. Now on the drive and a kick out are Wallace State. Low with the ball, and now he feeds it to Williams, and looks like we have an out of bounds. This is going to be off the hands of Wallace State, as inbounding will be Carterius Evans. Oh, Carterius kicked out the time clock. Now the shot clock on this side of the court now comes back on. Is at least they didn't call Carterius on kind of interference foul. Yeah. Carterius is actually going back to the bench, and Grant will inbound to C.J. Beckham. Now over to Scott. And now Peters, and they're going to call a foul on Wallace State. That's the third team foul. Peters will inbound for the Bears. And he's going to find Beckham. Now to Peters. Feed underneath to Grant, underneath the basket, and let's see. Travel, yep. Traveling call on the Bears. Inbounding will be Wallace State. This is Lemons, top scorer for Wallace State. He is averaging 17.7 per game. A feed to Moore, and almost had the ball stolen by R.J. Stevens. Lemons has recovered the ball. And now a drive shot put up by Guy, and it is good. It's now a 20-6 lead for the Lions, 12:05 remaining. Cam Scott with the ball for the Bears. Now a pass over to Grant, now to Peters. Gervais on the dribble, now passes it back out to Beckham. Beckham puts up the shot underneath the basket. It is no good. Rebounded by Moore of the Lions. Lions moving quickly down court, and it is stolen away by Cam Scott. He feeds underneath to Peters. Peters on the drive, and his shot is blocked by Moore. The 6'9" Lion just reached up, didn't even have to leave his feet. He just stepped the paw up there and deflected it. Ball will remain with Bevill State as Maurice Johnson, first time that we've seen Maurice after an illness outage. He's inbounded it to Peters. Peters, nice little floater by Gervais. It's now a 20-8 lead for Wallace State as they have the ball on the inbounds, crossing the midcourt stripe. This is Garner for Wallace State, and now to Lemons. Lemons puts up a floater of his own, and he answers it. Now 22-8. Wallace State on top, 10:56 remaining until halftime. Evans with the ball, now back over to Scott, and now to Johnson. Gervais Peters, a three-pointer, and Gervais connects. 7 points now for Gervais Peters. It's now 22-11. Wallace State with the ball. Now over to Garner. And back to Lemons. Lemons thought about driving. Now he kicks it out to Lowe. And now it's stolen. Stolen by Grant. Now he dobs it to Peters. Peters, a beautiful little layup. And Gervais Peters with 9 points. Lead is cut to single digits now. It's 22-13 Wallace State. Nice little run now by Bevill State to get themselves back in the game. We're midway through the first half, 10 minutes remaining. Wallace State with the ball. Pull-up jumper right at the free throw line is up and good by Garner. It's now 24-13, double-digit lead once again for the Lions. Carterius Evans with the ball, now to Peters and over to Johnson. Now to Cam Scott. Cam on the drive, puts up the shot. It is no good. A rebound by Grant. Now kick out Peters, three-pointer, and it does connect. Gervais Peters with 12 points. Back to a single-digit lead for the Lions. It's 24-16. Lemons with the ball. And now a feed over to Lowe and back to Lemons. Lemons kicks over to Moore and the big guy. And they're going to say he was fouled before the shot. And that's the second foul on Grant, and also the second team foul.
Keep in mind for the listeners listening in, Gervais has 12 of Bevill's 16 points here so far, Brian.
Yeah, he has been a powerhouse on the scoring for Bevill. C.J. Grant, who has checked out, has the Bears' only other points at 4. Lemons will inbound for Wallace State, and he inbounds and finds Williams. And now Jones with the ball, now back over to Garner. Garner underneath the basket, puts up a two-pointer. It's no good. Rebound by Beckham. And a steal. Stolen away by Garner. Garner puts up the shot, and they're going to say he was fouled. Now referee conference to see exactly what had happened. The conference continues. And they're going to say it is a foul. So Wallace State will go to the line to shoot 2. Don't know. They're going to tag R.J. Stevens with the foul. So shooting for Wallace State will be Garner up to the line. First shot by Garner, and it sinks. Once again, the top free throw shooters in the state are the Lions. Garner has connected on his first shot. Trying to make this a double-digit lead once again. The second shot does not connect, and Carterius Evans comes up with the rebound. It's a 9-point lead, 25-16 by Wallace State, as Johnson lobs over to Cam Scott. Now on the drive, now to kick out to C.J. Beckham, now back out to Evans. Evans going to take a three-pointer, and it's up and good. First points for Carterius Evans makes this a 6-point lead for Wallace State, 25-19 with 8:26 remaining in this first half. Lions with the ball on their side of the court. Lemons with the ball. Now he kicks it over to Williams. And now back over to Jones. The Lions outside of the arc. Garner kicks on a three-pointer, and it is up and good. Curran Garner with a three-point shot. 9-point lead for the Lions as Bevill State with the ball. Now back to Cam Scott and over to Johnson. This is Beckham for the Bears. Now over to Scott. Now to Carterius Evans. Carterius was trying to drive in. They've got him trapped. The Lions tried to recover the ball before it went out of bounds, but it is out of bounds on Wallace State. The Bears will inbound with C.J. Beckham doing the duties right underneath the Bevill State basket. Inbounding is Beckham. And he's going to give a long inbound to Maurice Johnson, who now crosses the time stripe. Now to Peters. Now to Beckham. And over R.J. Stevens, a three-pointer, and that is just air ball as it goes out of bounds off of R.J. Stevens' three-point attempt. The Lions will inbound. Lemons with the ball. 7:20 remaining in the opening half. It is 28-19, Wallace State on top. Williams with the ball. He passes it over to Jones. Now back to Lemons. Lemons a kick over a three-pointer, and it is no good. A rebound to Williams, and a block by Evans coming up with the ball and crossing over into territory. Good shot by Carterius Evans. Cuts this lead to 28-21. Wallace State on top, and they have the ball. Now Lemons working the ball to Garner. And now Moore, the big fellow, kicks it out to Lemons. Three-pointer, no good. Coming up with a rebound will be C.J. Beckham for Bevill State. Beckham kicks over, and the ball is stolen on the attempt of the pass. Garner with the ball for Wallace State. Three-pointer by Garner. Yep, and no good. R.J. Stevens with the ball. Now passes it over to Peters. Gervais with the shot attempt. It is air ball and recovered by Wallace State. Garner, three-pointer, other side, no good. Gervais Peters comes up with the rebound. Now he kicks it over to Beckham. Beckham on the drive. Shot is no good. A rebound coming out to Wallace State. Now Garner kicks it out. Lemons puts up the shot. It is no good, but he is fouled. This foul will be going on Carterius Evans. And going to the line will be Lemons.
Really some fast-paced action here, Brian, within this first half.
It is indeed, Bass, as they're moving back and forth over the court. The Lions are up 28-21. Their top scorer, Jalen Lemons, is up at the free throw line. He'll be shooting free throws. The first shot is up, and it is good. It is now 29-21, and Lemons will be taking a second shot. Lemons dribble, puts up the shot. No good, rims out on him, and a scramble for the rebound. Wallace State comes up with two of them, and finally Carterius Evans on the third shot comes up with the rebound. And here is Beckham. He's going to lob it over to Johnson. Johnson could not keep the ball, and they're going to say over and back. So Wallace State will take over on the inbound after the turnover.
It was just a misread pass that just went right through Johnson's hands there.
C.J. Beckham will check out. Trinity Epps, the Jasper Viking, will check in. The Vikings, both the boys and the girls, area tournament play tonight. The Viking girls with a big win over Jackson Olin. On the other side, Wallace State, they connect on a big shot by Williams. They're up 31-21, 10-point lead. Cam Scott with the ball. Now to Peters and over to Johnson. Now to Epps. Trinity lobs it over to Johnson. Now back to Epps. And now to Scott. Scott kick underneath to Evans, and that is good. 7 points now for Carterius Evans. Draws it back to single digits, 31-23 with 4:47 remaining in the opening half. The Lions with the ball. This is low, and now he gets it to Williams. Williams, he tried to, I think, put up the shot, and it was knocked out of his hands, but out of bounds. Wallace State will retain possession with Lemons inbounding. Lemons with a long inbound to Williams, and looks like they're going to call a foul. I believe this one is going to be on Scott. 15th foul for the Bears. Wallace State still inbounding, gets it into Guy, now to Williams. Williams coughs up the ball and recovered by Epps. This is Peters, and they're going to say that the ball went out of bounds off of Bevill State. Wallace State will get the ball on the turnover out of bounds. Lemons inbounds to Lowe. 4:16 remaining. It is an 8-point lead for Wallace State, 31-23. A feed underneath to Lemons, and now over to Lowe. And now underneath Guy puts up the shot. It is no good. He grabs his own rebound, and the put-back shot is up and good. Back to a 10-point lead for Wallace State, 33-23. Carterius Evans with the ball. He's going to pass it over to Peters and now over to Johnson. Now to Epps. Ball working around the arc. Now Johnson. He thought about a three. Now pulls up at the high post. His shot is no good. A rebound hold momentarily by Scott. And they're going to say a timeout for Bevill State. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. We'll take it as well. 30 seconds. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody, to Hanceville, Alabama, Drake Coliseum, where the Wallace State Lions have a 33-23 lead over the Bevill State Bears. A two-point shot is up and no good by Cam Scott. The rebound coming out to the Lions. Lemons kicks it over to Jones. Jones three-pointer, it's no good. Rebound by Carterius Evans, and the Bears are on the move. This is Peters. He's going to kick it over to Johnson. Now to Epps. Epps now over to Carterius Evans. Evans over to Peters. And now on the drive, putting up the shot. It is up and good by Gervais Peters. Peters with his 14th point. And back to single digits. The Wallace State Lions on top, 33-25 with 2:28 remaining. Now the ball with Wallace State. This is Guy now to Lemons, three-pointer. Up and no good. Rebound by Maurice Johnson. And on the move is Maurice. He's kicked it over a long two-pointer. Up and good by Carterius Evans. 9 points now for Carterius. Now we have a 6-point lead, 33-27 for Wallace State. Now the Lions with the ball. This is Lowe, and he's got it over to Williams, and now back over to Lemons. Now underneath, and that was Guy. Now outside. A three-point opportunity, no coming back out. Now Williams with a three-pointer. Up and no good. Battle for the rebound. It went out of bounds. Last touch by Bevill State. Some substitutions coming in and out for Wallace State. Lemons will be doing the inbounding. 1:36 remaining in the opening half. 33-27, Wallace State on top. Inbound to Garner. And now to Guy. And now Moore, the big guy, puts up the shot. It is up and no good. Rebound being battled over, which comes up to Wallace State. 2-point shot, up and no good. Looks like it went out of bounds off of Moore. So the Bevill State Bears will be inbounding. 1:21 remaining. Cam Scott with the duties. And they're going to give Carterius the inbounding duties. He gets it into Johnson. Maurice surveys the situation, now kicks it over to Carterius. And now back over, and this is a three-pointer by Johnson. It is up and no good. A rebound coming out to Garner. Three-pointer for Lemons. It is up and no good. Carterius comes up with the rebound. 54 seconds remaining. Here comes Carterius. Tries to drive it, but the ball is stolen away by Wallace State. Lions, and now Carterius steals it back. Now he kicks it over long distance to Gervais underneath, and Gervais puts up the shot, and it's up and good. Gervais with 16 points cuts it to a 4-point lead. Wallace State up 33-29, and the Lions are taking their time. They're just now crossing the time stripe, and Lemons with the ball.
15 seconds left here, 10 on the shot clock.
Yeah, it looks like there's a 5-second differential in between the shot and the game clock. And the three-pointer put up by Wallace State is no good. Maurice Johnson grabs the rebound. He's going to put up a three-pointer at the buzzer. It is up and no good. Wallace State has a 33-29 lead over the Bevill State Bears, but Bass, the Bears, after being down by double-digit deficit there for quite a long time, have managed to come back and pull this within 4 points, 33-29.
Yeah, that is right, and they've both sides of the ball has been pretty fast-paced, fast-action ball, but Bevill has played a little smarter ball tonight than what we've kind of seen over the last couple games. So really curious to see what they can do in the second half, because most of the time, though, we've seen Bevill State really kind of do some interesting things in the second half. So curious to see what they can do the second half.
Well, we're going to take a 3-minute break, and we're going to be back with individual statistics. So 3-minute break. We'll be back with Bevill State halftime here, presented by Pinnacle Bank. And a big welcome back, everybody, where we're halftime here at the Tom Drake Coliseum on the campus of Wallace State College. The Wallace State Lions of Hanceville hold a 33-29 lead over the Bevill State Bears. We're going to take a look at some of the individual statistics now Gervais Peters is leading the Bears with 16 points. Carterius Evans has 9, and C.J. Grant has 4 points. Bass, that's the tail of the tape. 3 scores, but the good news is the Bears, after have really weathered a really barrage of 3-pointers. Wallace State has kind of dried up, and even though only 3 guys have scored, they're just 4 points down.
Yeah, and early Wallace State was really showing why they are why their statistics are first and third right here in the on the ACC website. But I mean, it's been really fast-paced action on both sides of the ball. Bevill State's really stepped up and has forced them to kind of, just like they did to Enterprise State in the second half, really kind of drive in a little bit to make some shots. But Bevill State's been really, really defending the top there. Yeah, they have. We've seen a little bit more rebounding than we saw in the first half of the first part of the half. They weren't quite rebounding quite as well as we saw in the second part of the half. Hopefully that's something that we'll see a lot more, but one thing obviously that's of real concern was the turnovers that we saw. That is true, and we saw a lot of turnovers within that last couple minutes there within the first half, so curious to see if really both teams can do it, but can clear that up. But Bevill State for sure, see if they can clear that up and maybe come out of here with a W tonight. Let's hope so. Taking a little walk around our area, in high school, the area tournaments are currently underway. The vast majority of them are being played both tonight and tomorrow. 2 score updates that we had. The Lynn Bears actually played on Saturday. They defeated St. Bernard. I believe that was the Lynn boys that defeated St. Bernard to go on to advance, and I do believe they'll be taking on Marion County tomorrow. Some good news, what we had, the Jasper Lady Vikings absolutely dominated tonight with a score of 50-6 over Jackson Olin. So the Vikings will be playing minor for the area title, but they have, with that victory, since it's a 3-team region, have already locked up a sub-region goal. So we will have all the scores, but good news for the Viking ladies is they'll be moving on no matter the outcome of the area championship game. Yeah, that is correct, and I believe we got some more teams playing tomorrow. Is that correct? Yeah, it is. I think everybody will have played by tomorrow, with the exception of one of the Summerton Christian teams. They actually got a bye since they were a third-place team, and their first game will not actually be until the 10th. So they have a couple of more days before they start their others. So a little bit of a longer rest for the Eagles, but they'll be in action, and the vast majority of the teams that are playing tomorrow, I believe, will all be boys, I believe. I think most of the girls teams were playing tonight, but we did have a little sprinkling of boys that were playing tonight, most notably the Jasper Viking boys. Were going to be in action tonight. They were also playing Jackson Olin. Both of those teams obviously swept Jackson Olin this season, so we'll see if the Viking boys can get it done. But the fact of the matter is if Jasper goes on and secures themselves a bid in the area tournament game, this is being the Viking boys, in the sub-region, if they drop the area tournament game to minor, they'll actually be playing number 1 Mountain Brook in the sub-region. It's pretty scary. That's pretty scary stuff there. And that's number 1 in the state, isn't it? Yes, that's quite a draw. That is quite a draw. So that's where everything stands tonight. And, of course, our next game will be on the road on Thursday night as we travel to Boaz to take on the Snead State
Parsons. Taking a good look at that. Always tough contest, but for right now, we've got a good one. Bevill State is trailing the Wallace State Lions 33-29. But Bass and I are going to take another break. Going to be a 4-minute break, and then we'll come back with a second half action of Wallace State and Bevill State here from the Tom Drake Coliseum on the campus of Wallace State. Bevill State basketball presented by Pinnacle Bank. Welcome back, everybody, to WJLX's broadcast of Bevill State basketball, presented to you by Pinnacle Bank. We're coming to you from the Tom Drake Coliseum, where the Wallace State Lions are on top. The Bevill State Bears, 33-29. About to get underway here in the second half. Bass, we have some Bama basketball on Friday night, as the Crimson Tide once again looking to pick up another W.
Yeah, you are correct. Wednesday night, they are on the road to the Rebels of Ole Miss. 7:30 tip-off, and that will be 6:30 airtime on the air on WJLX 101.5 here.
Now, I was actually in Decatur on Saturday, and I looked up on the TV and I saw Ole Miss was in competition, but they were against these things.
These things.
Yeah, this
some kind of creature or
is,
something?
it's sewer garbage.
Oh.
Sewer garbage.
Oh.
Yeah. Located out of Gainesville. It had this big, ugly insignia at midcourt.
I got you.
Just, generally detestable.
Bama was also playing number 5 Kentucky on Saturday.
Yee.
66-55 was your final there.
Yikes. Goodness. Well, back here to action. The Bears and the Lions back on the court. And out for your Bears, Gervais Peters, C.J. Beckham, C.J. Grant, Carterius Evans, and Cam Scott. Bears inbounded, and this is Peters. And over to Grant, now to Cam Scott. Peters on the inside feed does not get the shot. Rebounded by the Lions, and Lemons for the Lions is up and running. And now the Lions working it around the horn, now inside to Moore. Moore puts up the shot. It is up and no good. A rebound by C.J. Grant. Passes over to Peters. Gervais on the drive, and he just blew right past his man. Beautiful move by Gervais. He's now got 18 points on the night. And Bass, we're down to a 2-point lead for the Lions. Underneath shot by Moore for Wallace State is good, and he'll get the opportunity to convert the and one as the foul goes against Bevill State. Carterius Evans with his second foul.
What was, you said, a 2-point lead is not no more.
Nope, and could grow if Moore can connect on the and one opportunity. He does not, and Carterius Evans comes out with the rebound. Down to Beckham, other side of the court. Drive by CJ, it is up and no good. A putback opportunity by Grant is no good. And now the rebound by the Lions, and quickly stolen away by Grant. Now the ball over to Beckham, and now to Peters. Now to Beckham and to Scott. Now back to Peters. Gervais kicks it underneath to Carterius, and now it's stolen away by Wallace State. They're quickly moving down the court on the drive. Shot is no good. Rebound coming out to Peters and the Bears. Now down to Beckham, back to Peters. And Gervais attempts to put up the shot. It is blocked out of bounds. Last touch by Wallace State. So inbounding will be Beckham for the Bears. Passes out to Peters on the outside. A feed inside to Grant. Spin move, puts up the shot, and it hits the bottom of the backboard. The rebound coming out to the Lions. And now Lemons' three-point shot, and he does connect. First three-pointer we've seen in a while, Bass. They kind of dried up for a while, did the Lions?
Yeah, they did. It was
We have a piece of the court that's come up. But nonetheless, it's 38-31. Wallace State on top, 17:56, and Gervais Peters will be inbounding right in front of me and Bass here. He gets it into Beckham. CJ passes it over to Evans, and now underneath to Cam Scott. Cam works it out to Evans, three-pointer. Oh, rimmed out on him. A battle for the rebound. Grant comes up with it, dishes underneath, and Carterius Evans has his shot blocked. The rebound coming up to the Lions. Now a pull-up shot by Hanceville is no good. Rebound by C.J. Grant. Grant, and he had the ball stolen from him right as he was trying to pull the layup. Now on the other side, and a foul on the other side on Moore for the Lions. Foul on the Bears, third team foul, and this is going Cam Scott. So Moore will be going to the line to shoot two. Lions up 38-31. Moore's first shot, and it is up and good. Bass, even their big guys can shoot free throws.
Yeah, it's scary how good their free throw percentage is here, Brian.
They're working good on it, and you can see, obviously, they're number one in the state at the charity stripe. Moore's second shot, and that one connects also. I don't know if they've missed a free throw shot.
I believe they missed one so far.
Missed one. Ugh, incredible. So for the Bears, Carterius Evans inbounds to Beckham. It's a 40-31 lead for the Lions as Beckham with the ball for the Bears. He passes it underneath, and they're going to say that Carterius was fouled by the Lions. First team foul for the Lions in the second half. And Beckham will inbound underneath the Bevill State basket. Inbounds to Peters. Now over to Scott and back to Beckham. Beckham on the drive, and that shot is blocked by Moore, recovered by the Lions on the rebound. Now pass to Lemons, and back out to Moore. Now a long distance shot and three-pointer, up and no good. And they're saying they foul away from the basket, loose ball foul on Garner for the Lions. Bevill State inbounding. And now this is Grant and to Peters. And now back to Beckham. And Cam Scott pulls up shot, two-pointer, and that is an air ball as Wallace State grabs the rebound. Lions on the move. This is Garner, and now to Lemons. Lemons on the drive, and a third shot block by C.J. Grant, picked up by Scott, and they're saying jump ball underneath the Bevill State basket. Cam Scott got locked up. I believe that was with Garner. Garner locked it up, and it looks like the Bears will be turning the ball over on the jump ball. Inbounding will be the Wallace State Lions. Lemons with the ball. Crosses the time stripe and now feeds it underneath to Garner and back to Lemons. Lemons is directing traffic. Lemons passes it over to Garner. Garner outside to Jones. And now a three-pointer on the way, up and no good. Looks like the ball went off, out of bounds off of Bevill State as they tried to grab the rebound. The Lions will inbound. Lemons doing the duty. 15:42 remaining in the second half. It's 40-31, Wallace State on top. Lemons inbounding. Gets it to Moore. He was thinking about dunking. The shot was no good. Moore with the putback, and then the shot was blocked by Carterius Evans. Went out of bounds. Now inbounding will be Lemons for Wallace State. R.J. Stevens checks in for the Bears. Grant checks out. Now on the inbound, this is Garner. Garner's going to lob it over to Jones. And now to Guy. Guy, and believe that this is going to be a jump ball. Yes, Carterius Evans ties up Guy on the shot. Now inbounding will be Bevill State. R.J. Stevens will do the duty. Inbounds it to Jones. Excuse me, that was Johnson. Now over to Beckham. Now back to Johnson. And now over to Stevens. Now to Gervais Peters. Now to Carterius Evans. Evans on the shot, puts up a little hook shot. It's no good. Rebound coming out to Moore and the Lions. 15 minutes remain in regulation. A kick over to Moore, the big guy underneath. looks to put up the shot. Instead, he kicks it out to Guy. Guy with a nice two-pointer, mid-range shot. It's 42-31. The Lions with an 11-point lead, 14:40 remaining. Carterius Evans with the ball. Now over to Johnson. Now over to Peters. Gervais on the drive, puts up a floater. It is no good. Rebound by Wallace State. They're quickly down the court. Now to Moore. And over to Jones. Jones pulls up on a two-pointer. It is up and no good. Guy comes up with the rebound, and he puts up the shot. Up and good. 44-31. Timeout to Bevill State. And a full timeout. We'll be back in after a 1-minute break. Welcome back to Bevill State Basketball presented by Pinnacle Bank, where the Bevill State Bears trail the Wallace State Lions here at Tom Drake Coliseum at Hanceville, 44-31. Carterius Evans will inbound for Bevill State. He's giving it to Maurice Johnson. Johnson passes over to Evans. Carterius puts up the shot, and it goes behind the backboard out of bounds. They're saying last touch by Wallace State, so C.J. Beckham's coming over to do the inbounding. Beckham gets it underneath to Evans. Carterius kicks it out now to Gervais Peters. Good screen by Evans. Peters puts up the shot, a beautiful little floater. That gives Gervais Peters 20 points on the game. Bevill State now behind by 11, 44-33. Wallace State with the ball. Lemons is dishing it over to Garner. And now over to Williams and back to Lemons. Underneath to Guy. Guy puts up a two-point shot, and that's up and no good. Rebound by Williams. And a shot blocked by Carterius Evans. Williams grabs his own rebound. Lemons puts up a three-pointer, and it's up and good. That's what we don't need to see, Bass, is them getting hot again from three-point land.
Yeah, you're exactly right here, Brian.
Carterius Evans with the ball now, passes it to C.J. Beckham. Now to Peters. Gervais lobs it over. Three-pointer by Beckham, up and no good. Rebound goes out to the Lions. They're on top, 47-33 with 12:56 remaining in this second half. Garner with the ball, and now over to Jones. Jones pulls up, and an easy two-pointer, 49-33. The Lions are starting to get some extension here. A lob pass, it is stolen by the Lions from the Bears. And now Williams, he kicks out, three-pointer. Lemons does not connect. A rebound, long rebound by Beckham. He feeds it underneath to Peters. Peters gets fouled on the shot, so Gervais Peters going to the line to shoot two. Gervais with that beautiful exhibition of free throw shooting against Enterprise State. Bass, he was 8 of 9 from the charity stripe. He does connect on the first one.
Yeah, you're right, and he's showing out tonight. He's got 21 of their 34 points here, Brian.
Gervais, 7th in the state in free throw shooting as he continues his good stand And he connects again. Now he's got 22 points and connects on both of those free throws. Inbounding Wallace State. And a little bit of press action going on by Bevill State. Breaking the timeline are the Lions. A kick out to Lemons. And Lemons on the drive. Cam Scott with a block. And they stole it back, did Wallace State, and now a feed inside by Guy. They connect on the two-pointer. It's now 51-35. Wallace State definitely getting a lot of separation here as they're up by 16. Johnson with the ball, now out to Beckham. On the drive, CJ, and he does connect. First points for CJ Beckham on the night. 51-37, Wallace State on top. 11:32 remaining. Lemons with the ball, and he slips, manages to get it back to his teammate in order to avoid the steal. Garner with the ball, now he gets it over to Lemons. And now back over to Garner, now to Williams, and back to Lemons. Garner, three-pointer, and he does connect. Now a timeout, full timeout by Wallace State. We'll be back after a 1-minute timeout. Welcome back to Tom Drake Coliseum here on the campus of Wallace State in Hanceville, where the Wallace State Lions have garnered themselves a 17-point lead over the Bevill State Bears. It is 54-37. Bass, some of that three-point shooting that we saw so much that kind of drifted away in the first half has come back, and it's biting the Bears.
It definitely is, and like we said before, it's Wallace State show them why their three-point percentage is pretty good.
First in the state are the Lions. Cam Scott is going to inbound to Trinity Epps for the Bears, and now over to Beckham, now back to Peters. Gervais kicks it over to Epps, and now back to Gervais, now to Cam Scott. Now to Carterius, and Carterius throws it down with a beautiful dunk. Now 54-39, Wallace State on top, and they have the ball, do the Lions. Now to Lemons. Lemons with the ball for Wallace State. It's 10:28 remaining. I'm sure, Bass, they're going to want to take some time off the clock.
For sure, we're halfway through the second half here.
Now this is Guy. He puts up a two-pointer. It's no good. Rebound by Williams, no good. And this time, Carterius Evans comes out with the ball. Now down to Beckham. Beckham tries to drive, and they're going to say he was walking with the ball. Wallace State will inbound after the turnover. Williams doing the job. Some substitutions. So this is actually Jones inbounding for the Lions. Feeds it over to Lemons, and now back to Guy. A little bit of pressing action going on, not a hard press by the Bears. Lemons with the ball after the time strike. Now he feeds it underneath to Williams. Williams on the drive, and they're going to say that Carterius Evans has fouled Williams. I think this is going to be Carterius' third foul.
Indeed it is.
Yep, and it's coincidentally the third team foul for the Bears. So going to the lines will be Tadarius Williams, the 6'7" guard from Tuscaloosa. He's going to be shooting for the Lions. First shot, and Bass, As usual, they connect. The second shot coming up for the Lions.
9:47 left here in the ball game.
Williams' second shot, and this one connects. So we think that they have missed all of just one shot tonight after making just a dervish of shots thus far. It's 56-39. The Lions are on top. This is Gervais Peters. He lobs it over to Beckham. Now to Stevens. Stevens pulls up for a long two. It is no good. A battle for the rebound, and they're going to say that this is off of the Lions. Inbounding will be the Bears. Looks to be Trinity Epps will handle the inbounding duties. He finds Gervais. Now over to Stevens. Stevens outside to Beckham. Now on the drive, and the shot is blocked by Moore. He gets it inbounds to Guy and over to Garner. Garner with the ball, now finds it to Lemons. And now underneath to Garner. Garner pulls up, and that's a fading jumper, and it connects. 58-39, 19-point lead by the Lions as Beckham feeds it over to Peters. And coughs it up, did the Lions. Now a long inbound, a layup by Garner. It's now a 60-39 lead by the Lions after the basket. Cam Scott. And now they're going to say an offensive foul. Turnover for Bevill State. 8:28 remain, full timeout. We'll be back after a 1-minute break. Welcome back to Bevill State Basketball, presented by Pinnacle Bank, where the Wallace State Lions have mounted themselves a 21-point lead over the Bears, 60-39. The Lions have the ball here. They're in command. They have outscored the Bevill State Bears 27-10 in this second half. And underneath to the Lions Moore, and now back out the Lions three-pointer. No good. A rebound coming out to Garner. So the Lions will have a reset of the clock. It's Lemons with the ball. Now he'll lob it over to Williams and back to Garner. Now to Lowe and to Lemons. Lemons on the drive, puts up the shot. It is good, and they're also going to tag the foul on Bevill State. And that's going to be on Carterius Evans. That's going to be his fourth foul.
You got to be careful here if you're Carterius, as looks like.
Grant's going to be checking in for Carterius. Carterius with 9 points on the game. To the line, Lemons looking to convert the and one. And he does connect. 63-39 with 7:40 remaining. Bass, if the Bears want any kind of shot at coming back in this game, they've got to start a big run here and play some defense.
Yeah, that's right, as it's almost stolen away there from the Bears.
Grant pulls it back, and Cam Scott looked to put up a shot, but he was fouled in the art of shooting, so Cam will be shooting 2 here. Looks like that's just a third team foul on Wallace State, as they are playing some tough basketball here in the second half. Cam's shot is up and good. His first point of the second half. Maurice Johnson is going to check in for C.J. Beckham. Scott's second shot, no good. Rebound coming out to Wallace State Moore. A soft press by the Bears as the Lions have now crossed the time stripe. Williams with the ball. Now he passes it over to Moore and back to Lemons. And Garner with the ball. Pulls up shot. It is no good. Moore with the rebound. And they are saying that they fouled Moore after the rebound. It's awful tough for both Cam Scott, R.J. Stevens, and you can also add Grant in there. Try to rebound. They're all 6'6", but you're facing a guy that's 6'9". And a pull-up shot, and that's good for the Lions. Garner, 65-40, a 25-point lead now with 6:48 remaining. Dire time for the Bears. They have got to go on a run if they want to get back in this game. Now Cam Scott almost coughs up the ball. 2-pointer, and that's up and good. 3 points now for Cam Scott. He'll have a chance to make this 4 if he can convert the and 1. Fourth team foul for Wallace State. Bevill State has 6. Cam Scott pulls up and converts. 4 points now for Cam Scott, and it's 65-43, Wallace State on top. The Lions with the ball. This is Garner. Lemons with the ball after the pass. Now Lemons, he's going to have an open lane to drive. Shot is up and no good. Rebound by Peters for the Bears. Peters, and he throws it right into the Wallace State player's hands. Now on the other side, this was Guy who blows the layup. Rebounded by Scott. Now to the other side, and trying to slam it down was C.J. Grant. Now grabbed by Wallace State. On the other side, under their own basket, the shot put up and good. That was Lowe with the 2-pointer. It's 67-43 now with 5:35 remaining. Wallace State clamping down even harder. Cam Scott with a 3-pointer, no good. A rebound coming out to Wallace State, and now quickly down low has the ball for the Lions. 5:19 remaining. 24-point game, and a 3-pointer connects for Lowe. 70-43. Bassett, it doesn't look real good.
It's getting ugly pretty quick here.
Grant with the shot, no good. Rebounds by Stevens. He does put it up. First points for R.J. Stevens. Cuts it to a 25-point lead for Wallace State, 70-45 with 4:55 remaining. Wallace State with the ball. This is Lowe. And now he passes it over to Garner, now to Lemons. Wallace State, as you pretty well expect, they're in no hurry now. Garner with the ball. Now he passes it underneath, and Moore, he didn't have to get very high for that rebound. He maybe went up 1 inch to simply duck it down. 72-45 for Wallace State. The Bears have the ball. Johnson with it. He passes it over to Peters and now to Scott. Cam looks to drive in. Now he gets it over to Johnson. Three-pointer from Maurice is no good. Rebound by coming out to R.J. Stevens. And now to Peters. And looks like they have fouled Gervais. That foul comes before the shot. So the Bears will inbound side court. Actually, they're going to be inbounding right underneath the basket as some mass substitutions for the Bears. See Trinity Epps and Carterius Evans back in the game. R.J. Stevens takes the long inbound, now passes it over to Epps, and now over to Beckham, now to Scott. Now over to Evans. Evans three-pointer, and Carterius connects. Beautiful three-pointer, gives him 12 points on the game. And a steal attempt by Beckham does not succeed as this one does succeed by Stevens. Stevens passes over to Epps. Bears working around the horn. Evans puts up the shot, and a nice layup by Evans. 14 points for Carterius. And the Bears are trying to get as many turnovers as possible. Williams with the ball for the Lions. And now to Lowe. 3:12 remaining. It's still a 22-point lead for the Lions, 72-50. Lowe with the ball, working on the outside. Now he drives it inside, falls, and Lowe gets it out to Garner. Three-pointer. Garner does not connect. Rebound coming out to Stevens. Now Scott with it for the Bears. Now underneath, here's Carterius, and he does a nice little two-hander. Cuts it to 20 points, 72-52, 2:37 remaining in regulations. They're trying to steal it, are the Bears on the inbound. Bunch of substitutions coming in for the Lions.
And they're going to say Wallace State went out of bounds there, Bevill State ball.
Right underneath the Bevill State basket. C.J. Beckham inbounding. Long inbound to Cam Scott. And a steal. They stole away as Cam tried to drive. A steal now by Beckham. And now a tie-up. And they say jump ball. Jump ball going to Wallace State. 2:19 remaining. Bass, I just don't like the Bears' chances. Down 20, 72-52.
No, not at all. It's just Wallace State proving why they got those numbers they do statistically.
This is Peyton, and he passes it out to Jones on a long three-pointer. They're saying out of bounds off of Bevill State, so Wallace State will inbound. Peyton doing the duties, and he inbounds it to Maddox. Maddox pulls up shot. It's up and good. 74-52, 2 minutes remaining. C.J. Beckham kicks out to Stevens, and now over to Epps. Carterius Evans with a shot, up and no good. Rebound coming out to Maddox and the Lions. Now Moore, he tries to dunk it. It's no good.
And that's his fifth foul for Carterius Evans.
Yep. So Moore will go to the line, and Carterius Evans will foul out. A valiant effort for Carterius. He had a number of rebounds tonight. Had 14 points, but he's fouled out. Now to the line will be Moore to shoot two. First shot, and that is up and good. And Moore's just like, hey guys, I'm shooting two. Where are you guys going? So the second shot by Moore, up and good. 76-52, and Bass, we can go ahead and put the nail in the coffin on this one. It's just going to be running out some time. Malachi Hampton is checked into the game. Beckham with the ball. Now Epps with the ball. Pull-up shot by Epps. It is no good. Rebound coming out to Wallace State. And I imagine they're going to try to milk every single bit of this shot clock. And instead they're going to put up a three-pointer, and it's up and good by Calvin Payton. Bears on the inbound. It's 79-52 now, Wallace State, as Beckham with the ball. CJ almost coughs it up. He's still chasing the ball now, gets his hands on it. Feeds it out to Stevens.
Under a minute to play here.
Now over to Hampton. Now back to Epps. Three-pointer. No good. The rebound coming out to Wallace State. The Lions quickly over the time stripe. Puts up a shot, does Payton, and he connects. 81-52. 28 seconds remaining in regulations. Epps with the ball. It's going to be a long trip back to Jasper for the Bears after a big loss tonight to the Wallace State Lions. Put up shot by R.J. Stevens. He does connect. That's 4th points tonight for R.J. Stevens.
And
down to 6 points. Yep.
They're going to run it out.
No need to even cross the timeline. That'll be your final score as Wallace State prevails 81-54 over the Bevill State Bears. We're going to take a 1-minute break, and we'll be concluding this night's broadcast of Bevill State Basketball presented by Pinnacle Bank. 1-minute break. Welcome back to Tom Drake Coliseum here on the campus of Wallace State Hanceville, where the Bevill State Bears have fallen to the Wallace State Lions tonight, 81-54. Looking at the individual numbers for the Bevill State Bears, just have points tonight. Gervais Peters, he led the pack with 22 points, while Carterius Evans had 14 points. C.J. Grant, R.J. Stevens, Cam Scott, all had 4 points, and C.J. Beckham with 2 points. But the most important score, Bass and Bevill State, they were game. It was just a 4-point lead by the Lions, 33-29 in the after the first half. But when you're outscored 48-24 in the second half, unfortunately, it's going to come up feathers for you.
Yeah, and you know, just Bevill State not getting the win tonight, unfortunately. But it's hard to when you've got a team that's first for three-point percentage, free throws, you know, all that. So it's always hard to try to win a ball game like that. But Bears fall down and try to go win the next one for them.
Well, that's going to wrap it up here from Tom Drake Coliseum on the campus of Wallace State here in Hanceville. For Sebastian Black, for Woody Wilson, our producer and engineer, the professor, back in the studio, this is Brian Hale for WJLX signing off. We will see you on Thursday for Bevill State versus Snead State. So long, everybody.